And Egypt showcases scores of the 25,000-year-old coffins. The President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received separately today the Namibian former President Sam Nujoma and the Zambian Foreign Minister Joseph Malangi in presence of the head of intelligence services Abbas Kamil and ambassadors of both countries to Egypt. Here are some of the details.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received on Saturday Namibian former President Sam Nujoma in presence of the head of the Intelligence Services Agency Abbas Kamil and Namibian ambassador to Egypt. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Bassam Radi said President el-Sisi welcomed the former Namibian president, expressing Egypt's appreciation for the deeply rooted relations that bind the two brotherly countries. The head of the state also congratulated Nujoma for being awarded with the prize of Kimit Boutros Ghali Foundation in appreciation for his efforts in settling disputes in the African continent, as well as the long struggle to realize Namibia's independence. For his part, the Namibian guest hailed the Egyptian vital role under the leadership of President el-Sisi in realizing peace and security in Africa and in implementing the silencing of the guns initiative, as well as solving different African crises. Ambassador Radi also said the meeting tackled a number of regional and African issues, particularly the Ethiopian dam file, as Nujoma expressed his full support to the Egyptian efforts through negotiations to reach a fair deal to realize the best interest of Egypt, Sudan and Ethiopia. President el-Sisi stressed the constant Egyptian stance regarding this file to reach a legal binding deal to preserve the water rights of Egypt and meet the aspirations of the other peoples in achieving development. Also on Saturday, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received the Zambian Foreign Minister Joseph Malangi with the attendance of the head of the Intelligence Services Agency Abbas Kamil and the Zambian ambassador to Egypt. President el-Sisi asked Malangi to convey his greetings to his Zambian counterpart Edgar Lungu, stressing the important ties that bind Zambia and Egypt in different fields, particularly in the fields of trade and industry, whether on the mutual level or the common markets of East and South Africa COMESA. President el-Sisi also highlighted Egypt's keenness to boost coordination with the Zambian leadership to realize development and stability for the African states. For his part, Zambia's top diplomat said he was honored to meet President el-Sisi as he delivered a message from the Zambian president to the head of state, tackling a number of issues of mutual concern and boosting cooperation in various domains. Minister Malangi also expressed his country's willingness to work with Egypt to face continental challenges, building on the vital role played by President el-Sisi to handle a number of African causes, on top of which are ways to realize development, peace and stability in the African continent.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held an inspection tour today where he visited a number of projects in the new administrative capital, including the Egyptian city for Olympic Games, which is considered the biggest Olympic city in the Middle East and is built according to the latest international standards. The Egypt City for Olympic Games is a huge addition to the sports arenas in Egypt and the Middle East region in a way that enables Egypt to host and organize the biggest sporting events, as well as anticipating the role of the city to spread awareness of the importance and to let the citizens of all ages and categories practice sports. Presidential spokesperson Ambassador Bassam Radi said the head of state gave his instructions to strictly abide by the precautions and preventative measures amid the fears of the coronavirus pandemic to guarantee the safety of all workers in different working sites. A number of Egyptian Air Force units and Special Force troops arrived in the Sudanese airbase Marwa to participate in the joint Egyptian-Sudanese drills Eagle 1, due to take place for the first time between the two brotherly nations and will continue until the 26th of November. The drills will witness various activities including planning and managing joint combat action, as well as launching a number of air defense attacks by the multi-mission fighters jets, as well as training the Special Forces on search and rescue operations. The exercises come in the frame of boosting cooperation between Egyptian and Sudanese armed forces. The Minister of Antiquities, Khalid Al-Anani, held an international press conference unveiling a huge discovery at the Saqqara necropolis, announcing that the discoveries are considered the largest archaeological discovery during a recent period. The story.
Egypt announced on Saturday the discovery of an ancient treasure trove of more than 100 intact sarcophagi dating back more than 2,500 years ago, the largest such finding this year. The sealed wooden coffins unveiled on site amid fanfare belong to top officials of the late period and the Ptolemaic period of ancient Egypt. They were found in 3 burial shafts at depths of 12 meters in the sweeping Saqqara necropolis south of Cairo. Archaeologists opened one coffin to reveal a mummy wrapped in a burial shroud adorned with brightly colored hieroglyphic pictorials. Saqqara, home to more than a dozen pyramids, ancient monasteries, and animal burial sites, is a vast necropolis of the ancient Egyptian capital of Memphis, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The huge findings came just over a month after archaeologists in the area found 59 other well-preserved and sealed wooden coffins, also dating back to more than 2,500 years ago. At the unveiling ceremony, Antiquities and Tourism Minister Dr. Khalid Al-Anani said, "Saqqara has yet to reveal all of its contents. It's a treasure," adding that excavations are still underway whenever they emptied a burial shaft of a sarcophagi. More than 40 statues of ancient deities and funerary mosques were also discovered. The sarcophagi will be distributed among several museums in Egypt, including the yet-to-be-opened the Grand Egyptian Museum or GEM at the Giza Plateau. The minister attributed the flurry of discoveries in Saqqara to extensive excavation works in recent years. Another discovery in the vast necropolis is expected to be announced in the coming weeks. Archaeologists also hope to find an ancient workshop for manufacturing wooden coffins for mummies soon.
Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli arrived in Manama, Bahrain, heading a high-level delegation to pay Egypt's condolences to the late Bahraini Prime Minister Prince Khalifa bin Salman. The delegation included ministers of finance, communication, housing and urban development, civil aviation and the head of the National Investment Authority. Madbouli is to deliver Egypt's deepest condolences to the Kuwaiti leadership and people, as well as the government, on the great loss of the late Prince Khalifa. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry arrived in Kuwait for a 3-day visit, during which he is to deliver a message from President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to the Prince of Kuwait, Sheikh Nawaf Al-Ahmad Al-Sabah. Kuwait's FM Ahmed Nasser Al-Sabah, Egypt's ambassador to Kuwait Tariq Al-Qawni, as well as members of the Egyptian diplomatic mission in Kuwait, met the foreign minister at the Kuwait International Airport. A statement by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that Shoukry is scheduled to meet with Sheikh Nawaf, the Crown Prince Sheikh Mashal, and the Prime Minister Sheikh Sabah Al-Khalid Al-Sabah, as well as the Kuwaiti senior officials. Shoukry will also discuss in his meetings ways of boosting bilateral cooperation and the latest developments in the Arab and regional arenas. The National Election Authority holds a press conference tomorrow to announce the final results of the second round of parliamentary elections after counting votes of the Egyptian expatriates. The authority has earlier received all results from the public polling stations from 13 governorates and the second round after checking complaints by candidates.